Mataji, Danvat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas and all these humble Vaishnavas. This is Kirti. And thank you so much, Mataji, Uma Mataji, for your very beautiful recitation. Thank you, Anitha Mataji, for your services.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anitha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Jai Srila Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Uma Mataji, for that very, very beautiful chanting. It was so nice. And thank you, Anitha Mataji, for your warm welcoming. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anitha Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Anyone else who would like to introduce themselves? I think we can move on to the recording, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. So today we will be moving on to our night Chaitanya Bhagavat session. But before moving on to the session, I would like to read the Prabhupada's quote for today. And very happy Nijal Ekadashi to all of you who are celebrating today. Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada's quote is for 18th June. Prabhupada has written a letter to Gargamuni in 1968. You are mine and I am Krishna's. Therefore, you are also Krishna's. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much once again for all of you to joining this Bhakti Sangha conference call. So today's class will be given by His Grace Ramgiridhāri Prabhu from Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Kanta, chapter 11, verses 51 and 52. Hare Krishna. So I don't see Prabhuji on call today. So till Prabhuji joins, you can chant or you can introduce them yourselves. Anyone would like to introduce yourself?
Hare Krishna to everyone. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Akshay Das from Canada. And thank you for the beautiful recitation. I wish the shloka recitation.
Hare Krishna, Akshay Das Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. I think there was some network problem from your side. So, but thank you so much for joining the call and encouraging us. Hare Krishna. Anyone else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat pranams to you and all assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Uma from Oregon. And thank you all Mataji for encouraging me.
Hare Krishna Umachala Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very, very nice recitation, Mataji. Thank you so much. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Anitha Mataji. Dandot pranams to you, Dandot pranams to all devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sumi from Chennai, India.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Madhaji, Prabhu will be late by 2-3 minutes, so you can continue to chant or take introductions. Anything is fine.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to introduce themselves? If not, we can chant. Okay. So we can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Anyone would like to introduce themselves? Still Prabhuji has not joined it. If you want to introduce, please go ahead. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. So today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Sri Caitanya Bhagavat. And this session will be given by His Grace Ramgiridhāri Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time and association. And very happy Nirjala Ekadashi to you. Please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, all worship Prabhupada. Please excuse me, I had a 2 hours call with our trustees in Bhaktivedanta College, Radhadesh. In fact, the call just got longer and it's still going on. I had to excuse myself and step out. So please forgive me for logging in late. It was an annual trustee meeting, so I couldn't miss that. So sorry to make you all wait. And thank you so much for engaging me in this service. And yeah, it's a glorious day of Nirjala Ekadashi. I'm sure, I'm not sure if it's there in US, probably it is the previous day. But then for us, we have a great day. I'm right now in a holy dham called Madurai, South India. I came here for some services, and it's always wonderful to discuss Krishna Katha from a holy dham, and especially a dham which is very dear, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had personally visited and performed some pastimes here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. So, reading from Caitanya Bhagavata, Madhya khanda, chapter 11, text 50 to 52. Ye tumi Lakshmana Rupe Purva Vanavase Nirantara Rakshasa Achila Sita Pashe. While living in exile in the forest as Lakshmana, you constantly remained by the side of Sita as her protector. Tatapiha matra tumi sitara charanam iha bai sita nahi dekile kemanam. Yet you never saw Sita except for her lotus feet. Text 52. Tomara se bhanera varnera vamsanasha sei tumi ye bhataina kemana prakasha. For you who destroyed the entire family of Ravana by your arrows, what is the glory in bringing a ball back from a crow? Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namo Om Vishnu Padayam Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are discussing about the characteristics of Nityananda Prabhu. The verses that we just read now, they are spoken by none other than the wife of Srivas Thakur, Mother Malini. And so Nityananda Prabhu and Mother Malini are having wonderful, loving exchanges like a mother and son. Nityananda Prabhu assuming the role of a son, he is having lot of Vatsalya Rasa with Mother Malini, and Malini Devi is as a mother who would always enjoy, celebrate, be happy, looking at wonderful qualities of her son. So she is taking this moment to reveal to us who Nityananda Prabhu is. If we very closely observe last couple of chapters, we have been having a wonderful exchange of revelations. The Supreme Lord is revealing about his wonderful devotees. The wonderful devotees are revealing about the Supreme Lord. As the Siddhanta goes, you go to a Vaishnava to know about Krishna, and you go to Krishna to know about a Vaishnava. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu picked up one after the other Vaishnavas. Mukunda, Sridhara, Advaitacharya, Srivas Thakur, Gadadhara Pandit. So he kept on introducing us, including Nityananda Prabhu. Now it's Mother Malini who is showing how Nityananda Prabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Servitor Personality of Godhead. As we know, Krishna and Balaram, there is absolutely no difference, but for one being the enjoyer or the master, another being the superlative servant. So this current context where Nityananda Prabhu is being glorified, we have to learn and churn and see what we have to learn. So in our devotional life, one fundamental thing that we are always instructed about is our being servant of the Supreme Lord. Jivera Swarupahoy Krishnera Nityadas. The service happens to be an eternal constant in our devotional conversation. If we are not going to serve, then who are we? What are we doing here? So technically, our entire endeavor for being in this devotional association is to revive that mood of being servant of Krishna, because that is our constitutional position. Srila Prabhupada's instructions are always directed towards removal of the unwanted, screen, unwanted parda, unwanted covering, which restricts us in performing devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So it is imperative that we regularly, enthusiastically learn how to become a sincere servant. So in our context today, Mother Malini is comparing the servitude attitude of Nityananda Prabhu and how he has performed his devotional service. So as usual, we will churn this context through some reflections which we can relate and try to apply in our life. The first reflection that I want to say is that whenever we are using the word service, whenever we are going to say that I am servant of Krishna or I am serving the Supreme Lord, there are certain aspects that are automatically associated with that. In the last class also, I'm not sure if it was the Bhagavatam session or the Caitanya Bhagavata session, I mentioned that the word service is associated with prema. The word service is associated with mercy. The word service is associated with cooperation amongst our fellow family members. The word service is associated with actually performing service and not just only talking about it. And the word service is something by which our devotional service is defined, bhakti is defined. So they are all words which can actually replace each other. When we say bhakti, we can say love of Godhead, prema. When we say bhakti and prema, we can always say, mercy. We can always say, cooperation amongst devotees or amongst the fellow family members. So my first reflection here I want to say here is the service attitude that is demonstrated by none other than Balaram, none other than Nityananda Prabhu is something that has to be inherited, inculcated in each and every one of us. It may be a very funny episode where, a crow has taken a ball and Nityananda Prabhu is trying to bring it back for Mother Malini because she's fearing Srivas Thakur will scold because that belongs to Krishna's service. It becomes like a childish story. But then look at that small nucleus information, how the whole episode is unfolding, and how even a very smallest opportunity is being used by devotees to glorify and to remember about the Lord's wonderful nature. In our materialistic context, the whole arrangement is the other way around. Even in Krishna consciousness circumstances, we search for personal pleasure. here, even in a small materialistic or not materialistic, even a small transactional activities, they are trying to go deeper and trying to make it much more devotionally surcharged. So my first reflection is to say that the mood of a servant of the Supreme Lord is demonstrated by our Nityananda Prabhu. So this mood has got four components that we have to always remember. The number one is about the surrender. The mood is not just that I am able executing or able administrator. The mood is the mood of absolute surrender. When we say we are servant of the Supreme Lord, it is not a job, it is not a task, it is not about your skills, it is about the mood in which the tasks or the service is performed. So when we look at this current scenario of Lakshmana's episode in Ramayana, who Lakshmana happens to be, the same tattva as Nityananda Prabhu, the same tattva as Balaramji. So the point is that the mood of a servant with absolute surrender. When we say mood of a servant as a surrender, meaning that I do not have anything for me in this. All the activities that are being done are for your pleasure, my dear Lord, your pleasure, my dear Master. So the second aspect with respect to mood is with absolute cooperation, where Lakshmana, even though he did not want to do certain things, but he did the service because he was asked to do. Many of us in our devotional life, we revolt because we don't like it. But Lakshmana, from the time when Lord Rama said that we have to go to the forest, till the time even when Mother Sita asked Lakshmana to go and check out on Lord Ram, he was reluctant, but he was obedient. He was surrendered. He did the service cooperatively and did not raise a red flag or try to start a non-cooperation movement. So when we are performing devotional service, this is something that Srila Prabhupada has, time and again, requested, that amongst us, how we cooperate and congenially perform the service is very important. Even though we may have disagreements, even though we may have some things that is not, as per our desire, but then we should wait for a right opportune moment, opportune forum to discuss those things rather than trying to create a mess of the whole thing. The third aspect that in terms of the service attitude that Lakshmana is demonstrating here is about Lakshmana trying to maintain the decorum or what we call as a chastity of a servant. So one is called surrender, which is the mood of a servant. And the second is about with respect to the obedience of the servant, is that they are all corollaries, they are all same qualities in different phases, but then they all put together forms a wonderful servant of the Supreme Lord. So Lakshmana, as it is explained here, he did not have any even information about how Mother Sita would look. So he performed the service with absolute chastity, with absolute absolute humility, that he didn't even have the audacity to even challenge or stare, give a bad look, saying that, hey, what do you think of yourself? You're asking me to go. Do I not know what I'm doing? Technically, he is is Balaram. He is the is a supreme personality of God, and he could have reacted in a different way. But then, according to the Leela, according to the mood, according to the services, he demonstrated an absolute humility, absolute chastity, the service given. So when we are performing our service, we need to show this perspective of chastity, oblique loyalty, oblique humility. Otherwise, the service will not be able to be performed in a manner that is expected of us. And last but not least, when Mother Malini is trying to glorify about Lakshmana, trying to glorify about his, service attitude. Now she is saying that how it is important for us to know that his whole agenda is to completely relinquish, personal comfort and working out of his comfort zone. So when we are performing devotional service, we generally want to perform devotional service within our comfort zone. We always want to perform devotional service where we are comfortable, where it is our home ground, service opportunity. I will not take up something which is out of my comfort zone. But time and again, from various Vaishnava Acharyas' life story, as well as from the perspective of the Supreme Lord's manifested Leela, we get to see how that sometimes services may have to be done where we are not in our own comfort zone, but still service need to go on. So as the first reflection that I want to register here is about the acknowledgement of the service attitude that is being recognized over here. Nityananda Prabhu's glories are being spoken. Nityananda Prabhu's superlativeness is being spoken. But if you can very closely watch, what is being spoken about is that he is a supreme servitor personality of Godhead. He is actually supreme personality of Godhead in the mood of servant. And Nityananda Prabhu did demonstrate that in his manifested Leela. So this is my, first reflection that I, want to, register here. The second reflection that I want to, say is about in the entire Ramayana, Lakshmana's role were very interesting. When you perform such tough services, sometimes you look up to, you are always expecting something in return for yourself. So typically, if I can say this, in Ramayana, you will get to see this these wonderful quality. I have listed some of them, where you will see that when it comes to ability versus humility, in the sense when somebody is talking about how able I am, vis-a-vis my ability is imbued with humility. So it is very important that in our materialistic context, we drive home all our services, all our actions, all our tasks based on our ability. But here, the driving force is ability follows humility, not that ability supersedes humility. So I have 5 sets of such qualities which are demonstrated by Lakshmana as well as all the other servants of Lord Ramachandra. So technically, this is in line with our performance of devotional service. So in the materialistic context, we discuss about ability, authority, and we also talk about something called as superiority. But in the devotional context, we speak about humility, sincerity, and simplicity. So the combination is we definitely need to be able, we definitely need to have authority in what we are doing. We definitely need to be superior over materialistic thoughts. But the way they need to be brought out, it should be with humility, it should be with sincerity, and it should be done with simplicity so that the ultimate purpose of being spiritual is accomplished. So my second reflection is to say that how when Lakshmana was performing his service, he was able, he was authoritative, and he was absolutely, performing it superior over all the Rakshasas and all the persons who were against Lord Rama. But the manner in which he did were with humility, with sincerity, oblique non-duplicity, and with utmost simplicity. I'll give you a wonderful pastime. So what happened was, Sugriva had a pact with Lord Rama. When Sugriva had a pact with Lord Ram, what was the pact? You finish Vali, save me from him, rescue my wife. I will assist you in your, search of Mother Sita. So Lord Rama agreed for this pact and he killed Vali. After Vali was killed, Sugriva got his kingdom and Sugriva also got Vali's wife. What Vali originally did, Sugriva did again. Vali took away Sugriva's wife and was enjoying. Now after Vali was killed, Sugriva got his own wife as well as Vali's wife, and he got so much, independent that he totally forgot about the vow or the promise that he gave Lord Ramachandra. 1 month passed, 2 months passed, 3 months passed. So Lord Ramachandra was getting restless. And over here, the entire Vanaras are having their fun time. They are celebrating, enjoying. All sorts of risks were eliminated from their lives. So Lord Ramachandra was becoming, very upset, and he was trying to see how to get this sorted out. Looking at Lord Ramachandra's situation, Lakshmana said, "My dear brother, I will, handle this. You don't worry." Lord Rama did not even ask Lakshmana to intervene, but Lakshmana just looking at Lord Rama's situation. So he said that I will sort this out. I will right now go and finish Sugriva off. Lord Rama said, don't do that. First go and do some fact check. You just go and find out if Sugriva is still interested in supporting me. In case if he says no, or if he is trying to go, against his promise, then I myself will come and finish him off. Even though Lakshmana did not like that approach, in the sense that Lakshmana is such a wonderful soul that anything that is against Lord Rama means he cannot tolerate. He will just go and want to, finish the opponents off. So somehow he said, okay, my dear brother, I will go. So he went, and when he went, he actually gave a very, tough warning. In the sense, he was walking pretty authoritatively inside the campus of Sugriva's, palace. So when he was coming in the gate, already so many Vanaras ran towards Sugriva and said that there is something wrong. Because the way Lakshmana is coming here, so Lakshmana is, having some agenda. So please, watch out. Maybe there is something untoward going to happen. So that's when Sugriva immediately remembered and realized that he had forgotten about the promise. So, Sugriva was super brilliant. And he before even Lakshmana arrived to the scene, Sugriva immediately passed an order that all the Vanaras all over the universe, all over the world, wherever they are supposed to assemble, immediately to Kishkinda for a mission to search Mother Sita. If anyone is not going to assemble, then they will be the recipient of the wrath of Sugriva. So what happened was, by the time Lakshmana came in, Sugriva already passed the order, and without even Lakshmana need to, pretty much go into the detail of why he came, he fell at the feet of Lakshmana and asked for forgiveness. So what happened was that Sugriva surrendered and asked for forgiveness and said, please give me 1 month time or whatever time that he had asked, that we will assemble the entire team and we are all with you for the search for Mother Sita. This is a very interesting episode where humility and authority, they were both simultaneously demonstrated. Prabhupada says, a Vaishnava is as soft as lotus petal and as hard as thunderbolt. So it is important that for our performance of able devotional service, we definitely need to be able. We cannot, Prabhupada says, we cannot be honest fools. Srila Prabhupada says, being an honest fool does not contribute in any cause. You may be honest, you may be loyal, but if we are foolish, then we will not be able to please our spiritual master. We will not be able to be part of a wonderful mission. So hence, we have to be able. We have to be skillful. We have to be careful and thoughtful. So ability versus humility is very important. And second is authority versus sincerity. Because it is important that I am supposed to be, operating on my master's authority. And when I say sincerity, I mean to say that I have non-duplicitous nature. So both with my ability and authority, I might become arrogant. Both with my ability and authority, I might become, sometimes overpowered or outdo what my master may want to do, or I may step on my master's instructions. So in this case, Lakshmana very nicely, Lakshmana also, Sugriva also, the entire team, they demonstrated this sense of authority versus sincerity. So Lakshmana applied that much authority which Lord Rama had given. Technically, Lakshmana wanted to finish Sugriva off, but Lord Rama said, no, you are supposed to go and just find out the facts and then figure it out, what next steps are supposed to be. And the beauty is, when they were able and they were using their authority, and whilst they were simple and whilst they were sincere and humble, it is very nicely that their simplicity were also brought out. At the end of the day, what Lakshmana wanted, Rama to be happy. So technically speaking, Srila Prabhupada, he performed so wonderful, glorious international services that none of his god brothers have done. But at the end, he is very simple. I very much remember a wonderful episode from the Journey Home book of our dearest Radhanath Swami Maharaj. It's a very famous pastime. You all must have read and we all must have discussed several times. But every time I discuss, I have moist eyes. Radhanath Maharaj was sharing how he traveled all the way till the Pakistan border, and he had hardly any money with him. So when he was in the Pakistan border, his appearance was not, very welcoming for anyone to welcome. And over and above, he didn't have money in his hand, but he requested the border security to let him in India. So the officer over there, I think she was a lady. So she said, no, we already have enough refugees, so we cannot let you in our country. So nothing doing. So Maharaj had to wait and wait and wait. And somehow by Krishna's mercy and by Maharaj's perseverance, when the officer's duty changed, a Sardar or a Singh officer came, and Maharaj once again went and asked him, my dear sir, please let me in. And if you let me in, I will assure you, I will do something good for your countrymen. So Maharaj is writing, at that time, when I requested that officer, I was actually a beggar. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any resources. I didn't have proper dress. I didn't have anything to justify how and why, how will I be doing what I'm promising. But then somehow, I was inspired to speak that, and that officer also let me in. Fast forwarding several years later, when the President of India, Mrs. Pradeepa Patil, she invited Radhanath Maharaj for a dinner at her official quarters. Invitation by the President of India for as a guest of honor in our house means the President come to the gate, main gate, to receive the guest. So it was that when Radhanath Maharaj when he arrived at the president's quarters, the president with the Purna Kumbha, Maryada, she came all the way till the gate to receive His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And Maharaj is recollecting, at that time when I was receiving the honor, I was still a beggar. I didn't have any money in my personal bank account. I was a sannyasi with only a couple of sets of clothes. So I was beggar then, and I was beggar at that point in time also. But the difference was all the accolades, all the welcoming, all the respect that I was receiving, because by the time I was already serving His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So just because I became a student of Srila Prabhupada, I followed the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, I could, attract, and I personally feel the promise I made to the officer, I fulfilled. So I want to actually map this into this context to say that Maharaj, whatever he has done in his preaching, Prabhupada, whatever done in his preaching, he has not done just because of, some skills. So it is ability, authority, and superiority over materialistic ideas were imbued with humility, sincerity, and simplicity. So these qualities, when we are trying to become a servant, we need to make sure the humility supersedes ability, sincerity supersedes authority, and simplicity supersedes superiority. By doing that, we will be able to maintain the mood of Rupanuga. I just started teaching Bhakti Shastri course in our temple from this Sunday. So we started with the NOI. In the preface to Nectar of Instruction, Srila Prabhupada writes, just by following Srila Rupa Goswami, by getting the blessings of Srila Rupa Goswami, we will be able to understand, Radha Krishna's, Krishna Prema. So when we are supposed to be Rupanuga, when we are supposed to be Prabhupadanuga, when we are supposed to be a Gaudiyq Vaishnava, when we are called Krishna Bhaktas, when we are called Prabhus or Matajis because we are devotees, they are supposed to be associated with certain qualities. It is just not by we be physically part of some organization, we will be given all those credits. So when a person is an ISKCON devotee, he is by default Prabhupadanuga, by default he is supposed to be Rupanuga, by default he is supposed to be a Gaudiyq Vaishnava. Then only, when you say these three things, then we have to inherit those moods, those authenticity, those privilege of being part of such a wonderful lineage, and eventually the Siddhanta that comes from this. So I was just explaining how it is not just, I am being a devotee, I am being guided by this mood, authenticity, privilege of being part of a wonderful lineage and Siddhanta. I'm guided towards proper devotional, direction. So if you put together, it is MAPS. It is MAPS, mood, authenticity, privilege, and Siddhanta. From being part of this wonderful lineage, being part of this wonderful movement, we are getting a direction towards our eternal go back home, back to Godhead. So my second reflection is that we are just, we are just so blessed to be part of this Sankirtan movement, where so many wonderful things are made available very easy. Srila Prabhupada writes in the first verse of Nectar of Instruction, he says, tapasya being done gradually will elevate our consciousness. And tapasya, when you do in association of devotees, like that of Rupa Goswami and his followers, and just by following 4 regulative principles, we will be able to, easily achieve the desired result, unlike the complicated tapasya which are being recommended by others. So the point is, our being servant, the service attitude that we discussed in the first reflection, when they are supported with these qualities, my ability is supported with humility, my authority is supported with my sincerity and non-duplicitous nature, and my superiority for performing devotional service for my Guru and Gauranga is supported with my simplicity, then my service becomes complete. And third and last reflection from this current context is about that all these are all philosophical statements. These are all some things that we can churn, make some statements, put forth certain views. But what is that, that we need to very closely watch out for is, how do we live these statements? How are we going to, put this? Okay, I made some notes. I wrote in my notebook, I have to become humble. I have to become, able. So I made all those notes. I made all those, valid points. I'm even speaking those points. How am I going to live them? How am I going to apply them in my life? How am I going to follow them? So that forms the part of the third reflection, which is that as a part of our journey in becoming a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers, it is imperative that we choose to closely associate and participate in the activities and life of some living Vaishnavas. There is a very strong opinion amongst some devotees where they believe that Srila Prabhupada's lectures, Srila Prabhupada's books, Srila Prabhupada's audio tapes are good enough. I don't need anything else. I will stay at my home and just hear them, and I will maintain my devotional life. I am sorry, I'm not able to, assimilate that fact. Maybe I'm too small, too unprivileged one. But then whatever little I could understand from Srila Prabhupada's books, we need to associate with living devotees to perform some menial as well as meaningful devotional service for the mission. Those of the devotees who are direct servants of Srila Prabhupada, they may have their own rasas, they may have done those services, and maybe in their fag end of their life they may have their mood. But as the new younger generation, as we trying to perform service in the mainstream organization, we should take an active role. I very, very clearly remember His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj. This was in 1993, if I am precise, if I can say this. 1992-93, Loknath Maharaj came to Srirangam for, along with a group of Padayatra devotees. That's the first time I met Loknath Swami Maharaj. That time I was in my grade 10th. So, Loknath Swami Maharaj told me this twice, once in Srirangam, once in Madurai. The same location where I am currently in, that's where we had a conversation. Maharaj held my shoulders and said that the Sankirtan mission needs to be taken up actively by the younger generation, and the legacy have to be continued. So please take up responsibility on your shoulders and make sure that the legacy is, is taken forward. So whenever when he said that, I was a school going boy, and now when I reflect back 20 years, so there's so much of depth in what he said, because just doing a service out of intellectual ability is different from doing a service in association, in personal, physical, vapu, close association with missionaries, makes that whole service attitude much, much, much easier. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's this Sankirtan mission that he is going to start, he is actually trying to create such missionaries who will go out there in different parts of the world, where people can see them, live with them, participate with them, understand the Siddhanta in action, so that they can inherit. So my third reflection is to say that for us to imbibe these points about being a wonderful servant of our parampara, we need to choose to closely, personally associate with some living Vaishnavas and try to perform menial as well as meaningful devotional service to them for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. So that is why we are always said that keep hearing about the life of Vaishnava Acharyas. Keep hearing about how the Vaishnava Acharyas, they went ahead in serving their spiritual masters. Keep associating with living Vaishnavas who have been performing wonderful service. It is the most easiest way wherein these philosophical statements can be put in practice in our own personal life. It is my personal experience. It is my personal, what do you call it? It's an opportunity that I got where I get to learn in close proximity with some senior devotees. I'm sure each and every one of you, whoever had got this opportunity, those memories, those realizations, those lessons that you would have learned then is, ever eternal in our heart. So my reflection here is, somewhere or the other, we should not, restrict ourselves in trying to stay away from devotees. We should rather go in, get in, barge in, associate, mingle closely, practice. Radhanath Maharaj used to say that unless you are put into a most agitating situation, how will you know what tolerance means? Unless you are put into a most humiliating situation, how will you know how humble are you? So many a times we may be assuming that I am humble, I am simple, I am tolerant, I am able, I am wonderful because I am giving Bhakti Shastri class to some students. I can sing some kirtans and whatever that is. That is not the yardstick for devotional life. Prabhupada writes in the preface in Nectar of Instruction, attitude of the follower. So the attitude of the practitioner of Krishna consciousness decides how Krishna consciousness he will be. So my attitude will be decided how I perform in the assembly, in the Sangha of Vaishnavas, along with my fellow devotees. That is why in my first reflection I mentioned the word cooperation. Service doesn't mean that I and my Guru and Krishna are alone. There are other God brothers are there, other support systems are there. I may have to coexist, I may have to perform services. And hence my third reflection is that we need to learn from the lives of Vaishnavacharyas. So we hear the life of Vaishnavacharyas, we associate with living devotees and perform menial and meaningful service in their proximity, under their direction, so that these smaller but important and deeper principles of devotional services are very nicely performed. So here Nityananda Prabhu is being glorified, how Nityananda Prabhu lived his his life for serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even though he had all privileges to have started, preached, and went around and demonstrated his, him being Supreme Lord, but he wanted to show us, he wanted to demonstrate, establish what it means to be, a servitor personality of Godhead. So he waited till he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Nandanacharya Bhavan. He waited for the direction of the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and whatever Nityananda Prabhu did, they were as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted. Whatever Nityananda Prabhu has done, it is exactly in line with the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And interestingly, whatever Nityananda Prabhu did, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved them and he acknowledged. In fact, he said, anyone who gets the blessings of Nityananda will be my dearest. Couple of days later from now, we are going to have a Panihati Chiddadahi festival, which is a wonderful festival in association with Nityananda Prabhu's wonderful Leela with Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. So it is very much into this current context of describing the characteristics of Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu is our Guru, Nityananda Prabhu is our role model, and in this current context, Mother Malini is glorifying Nityananda Prabhu to help us learn the mood of how to be a servant. So these are the three reflections that I want to register over here. Number one being the mood of a servant, wherein it is important that the servant has to be, surrendered. If the servant is not surrendered, then there is a problem. The servant have to be chaste. The servant need to have a sense of responsibility and accountability. If he is not chaste and loyal, the service may not go forward properly. So Lakshmana demonstrated in his service to Mother Sita, and in the mode of a service, he was completely obedient and did not expect anything for his personal self, and he operated out of the comfort zone and not just did only thing that he felt comfortable. And the second reflection that we discussed is how about our devotional service, we need to be authoritative, and we need to be having a superior establishing over and above materialistic views, but they are supposed to be done with humility, to be done with absolute sincerity and simplicity. So ability versus humility, ability follows humility, authority versus sincerity, authority follows sincerity, and superiority versus simplicity, superiority follows simplicity, and they are all done for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. And as I said, the mood, which is very much taught by Rupanuga, the authenticity of this process, the lineage, the whole parampara that we belong to, and the process that is being given, and the siddhanta that they were given happen to be our directions for our devotional journey. And last but not least, we can all apply these things in our lives only when we are associating in personal closest proximity with some living Vaishnavas. So please, whenever you get an opportunity to take Vapu Sangha, Vani is superlatively important, but when we are in physical, personal, menial service to our seniors and perform some meaningful service under them, we will be able to imbibe, we will be able to understand the purport of all these things in our real life in a much easier manner. That is by hearing the pastimes of Vaishnavas, Vaishnava Acharyas, and associating with Vaishnavas and Acharyas and spiritual master whenever the opportunity is available, so that we can expedite our being servant. Otherwise, we will be scratching the surface, thinking that I know this, I know that, but when what you really know, you will not be able to put itself to test. I will not know how humble I am. I will not know how tolerant I am. I will not know how any qualities have grown within me till I am put into some sort of a situation. So it is important for us to take up Krishna consciousness as a wholesome arrangement rather than in bits and pieces. And Chaitanya Bhagavata is inspiring us, helping us, and these Sangha are making us much more conscious of that effect. Thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Pitai Gaurav Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. There any comments or reflections or any questions? We have to respond. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such an inspirational class, and very wonderfully explained with your really reflections about the service attitude and how we have to be so humble. And I just liked the last point, like whenever we do not know how we are, how humble we are, or how tolerant we are until we face that situation. That's really very true, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for bringing that point also. And devotees, any questions or realizations, please go ahead and you can ask Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams and glories to Shri Prabhupada. And glories to you, Prabhu. Excellent session. I don't have any question as such, but class was really inspiring. And I was also want to share one reflection that you said, that how we have to be among devotees. Like just like the diamond to come out has to be rubbed, crushed. Only then the diamond will come out. So yes, when we are in the association of devotees, every moment we are crushed, we are polished. But the more we tolerate, the more shining diamond will come. Yes, Prabhuji, very easy to adapt theoretically, but very difficult to implement it. But yes, with all your Vaishnava's mercy, and they will surely come. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your kind words, and all bless you, Prabhupada. Yeah, example of a diamond is very good, and there is also a funny story that I've heard about the crockeries. You know, one person went to the shop and he was, admiring all the the different crockeries that are kept over there, and he was amazed with the beauty of them. Then the crockeries started to speak to them. Hey, you are admiring at me, but do you know the process I went through? So somebody was explaining how it was just a dirt, how from dirt to become a beautiful, such a container. It has to go through, punches and burning and boiling and baking and, so many things to get to me. So if you put yourself, that's why Mukam Karoti Vachalam, Pangum Langayate Kirim, Yatripadam Ahamande, Shikuru Dinataranam. By our own constitutional current arrangement, we are dirt, but then we are put in. So they know to transform this dirt to a beautiful container, beautiful vessel, which can be used in the Lord's service. Probably in the process of transforming ourselves from a dirt to a beautiful container, we may have to go through some trials and tribulations. We may have to be baked. We may have to be boiled. We may have to be somebody has to stamp on us, kick us. We may have to go through all of those things, but the net result is glorious. On the other hand, anyway in this material world, you do not have a hunky-dory journey. So better that we go through this in Krishna conscious journey with an assurance that at the end we are going to have a beautiful, wonderful, tight hug from Krishna, and who is going to drag us with him along. So I guess these sanghas will only help us to develop that courage to take that out of comfort zone decision of being in Krishna consciousness. Thank you so much for your wonderful appreciations. Any other comments, questions?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Finally, you said that we'll have to tolerate all these things and finally we'll get a hug from Krishna. So I just like that so much, Prabhu. And yeah, Preeti Vilasini Mataji has written in the chat that she is unable to unmute, but she has given a message for you. Thank you so much for such an inspiring class, Prabhu. Need to work a lot on my attitude. That is Preeti Vilasini Mataji is saying. And thank you for the reminder. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. Any more questions or realizations?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Koti Koti Dandavat. Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. From last 5 days, Prabhuji यहाँ पे Bhakti Dhir Maharaj आए थे. He's a Gopal Krishna Maharaj भी सफल. Get such a strong association.
Maharaj.
हाँ. Then Prabhuji ऐसे लगता था जैसे प्रभुपाद यहाँ है. इतनी potency थी. There is a house program, 5 days and temple program. Please pray for us that we get such a strong association of Sadhu Sangha. And Prabhuji, by the permission of Senior Vaishnava, please sing one bhajan for all of us and send your bhajan recording in Bhakti Sanga. Radhe Radhe Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, any more questions or realizations? Please go ahead. Otherwise, Prabhuji, if you have time, you can give a bhajan for us.
Yeah, sure. Okay, looks like there are no questions. So I will sing this song. Sorry, is there a question?
No questions. So we are eager to hear the bhajan.
Yeah. So I will sing this song, Chorashtakam, the song of Villamangala Thakura. This is one of my favorites. I will just post the link here just for the sake of those who want to follow them. Vraje prasiddham navanita choram gopangananam cha dukula choram. Vraje prasiddham navanita choram Gopangananam cha dukula choram अनेक जन्मार्जित पाप चौरम चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि श्रीराधिकाय हृदयस्य चौरम् नवाम्बुदश्यामलकान्तिचौरम् पदाश्रितानां च समस्तचौरम् चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि अकिञ्चनीकृत्य पदाश्रितं यः करोति भिक्षुं पतिगेहहीनम् केनाप्यहो भीषणचौरैर्दृक् दृष्टश्रुतो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि यदीयनामापि हरत्यशेषं गिरिप्रसारान् अपि पापराशि आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चौरैर्दृक् दृष्टश्रुतो वा न मया कदापि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि धनं च मानं च तटेन्द्रियाणि प्राणांश्च हृत्वा मम सर्वमेव पलायसे कुत्र दृढोऽप्यचौरान् त्वं भक्तिधाम्नासि मया निरुद्ध चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चिनत्सि घोरं यमपाशबन्धं विनत्सि भीमं भवपाशबन्धं चिनत्सि सर्वस्य समस्तबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्त कृतं तु बन्धं चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि मन्मानसे तामस राशि घोरे कारागृहे दुःखमये निबद्ध लभस्व हे चौर हरे चिरायां स्वचौर्यदोषोचितं येव दण्डम् चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि कारागृहे वस सदा हृदये मदीये मद्भक्तिपाश दृढबन्धन निश्चल सन् त्वां कृष्ण हे प्रलयकोटि शतान्तरेऽपि सर्वस्व चौर हृदयान् नहि मोचयामि हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Braja as the butter thief, and he who steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins, which have accrued over many lifetimes. I offer my respectful obeisances to the foremost of these, who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet. He turns his surrendered devotees into paupers and wandering homeless beggar. Alas, such a fearsome thief have never been seen or heard in all the three worlds. Mere utterance of his name purges one of a mountain of sins. Such an astonishingly wonderful thief I have never seen or heard of anywhere. O thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, my senses, my life, and my everything, where can you run to? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion. You cut the terrible noose of Yamaraj. You sever the dreadful noose of material existence. You slash everyone's material bondage, but you are unable to cut the knot fastened by your own loving devotees. O stealer of my everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance. And there, for a very long time, you will remain receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remaining forever tight, you will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart, because I will not release you for millions of aeons. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gaudiyq ki jai, Sai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Guru. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us your time and singing such a beautiful bhajan. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. So with your permission, we can end the call, Prabhuji.
Yes, sure.
Hare Krishna. So thank you, dear devotees, for joining the call. And thank you, Prabhuji, for giving us your time and giving such a wonderful class and bhajan. And we want your association in future also. And let's end the call with your permission, Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatripasya kripa sindhu pevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Ramagiridhāri Prabhuji ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.